So let's see who's already hanging around. So, tonight is going to be my first run with Legend of Keepers. Yeah, I wanted to say Dungeon Keeper because the game has just that kind of flair. So I had this save game here running where I learned the ropes, and after I understood how the game works, I wanted to restart and play one round with you fellas. So let's have some fun, shall we? I'm really digging this game so far. I'm really happy that I waited that long until I had to wait that long. So first questions, is the sound okay versus my voice, because I measured somehow. Really like to know. If the music is too loud, please tell me. So let's pick our first talent. Hero defeated by a monster. Group of monsters gains enraged. That's a like one. Yeah, intimidation deals more morale. Huh. Tempting. Pretty tempting. So I'm going for this one. I like the damage type of gameplay so far. Okay, let's get started. Yeah, welcome to the company. Oh yeah, of course. Should just also spread the link. Alright, so we're here placing down our first trap. Let's check out the enemies. We got a priestess, a barbarian, and an apprentice. Okay. So, fire and ice, physical and air. Yeah, something for everybody. So, the resistance are bad on nature. Okay, do we have nature damage? No, not at all. Then we put down this one. I like empowering my next group of monsters. Oh god, we don't have any selections so far. Okay. So no reason for me to think deeper about my decisions, because we're pretty railroaded here at the beginning. I completely forgot. Okay, circular saw. Yeah, let's go. And the next team of monsters. Alright. And my jolly old self. Alright, let's go. Really like how this game works so far. And for some reason the combat part really feels pretty fresh, although it's the same old stuff we are used to, but they somehow deliver it in a very nice way. So, back or front? Which guy do we want to get rid of the fastest? We get one attack from her here. Doesn't really matter at this point, I'd say. Let's go for nature damage whenever I can, of course. Poison is pretty strong against them. Toxic Volley. Oh yeah, AoE. Spread the love. Wow. My poor old big boy. He wasn't even allowed to do one move. I'm mad. Okay. Well, let's go for this one. Soften them up. There we go. Goodbye, Skelly. Can we speed this up somehow? Quick monster placing. No. So, okay, too bad. Burning Whip. Okay, Too bad this guy has a lot of fire resist. Hey Joe, welcome! Nice to see ya. Show no mercy. Yeah, let's go for this one. Alright, good old trap, and let's fight. Okay. A little bit sad to see that the first encounter seems to be always exactly the same fight. And the same composition of minions on your side. Randomization here would be cool, but well, not that important. Alright, let's finish the last guy off. Let's hope none of my minions dies during that. But I think that's going quite good. Alright, there we go. So, what kind of minion do we pick? I liked the skeleton dog the last time, because he's a good team player. Hey Huron, welcome! Oh, hello, voice. So, applies Enrage to all monsters of the group. That's also a pretty good team player, isn't it? Monsters behind the skeleton soldier take less damage. They are all quite good on their own. So, they all lost a little bit of motivation because they got killed, but little do I care. So, see a merchant, see a trainer, or see an engineer. And so we get another merchant here on the next tile. So merchants are quite plentiful. Let's go see an engineer. I want a new trap. Oh no, we would upgrade a trap. Oh, that's awesome too. So what do we do here? Only increase the morale damage. Let's upgrade that thing. Not spending all my money at once. So let's go for a merchant and a pile of bones. Yikes. This thing really has only one. No, it's a trap. Or? I think that should be a trap. It has no monster characteristics. So, the goblin drummer or, well, the skeleton majorette. I want the drummer. And why not both? Why not both? So, let's see. I want to... I think that's okay. Spreading them out like this seems okay to me. So, therapist, employee morale review. Okay, let's see. Gives your employees a therapy session. Motivation gain for all available monsters. So that does, yeah, that healed them all for free. Pretty good. So, next squad of adventurers. Let's go. So I haven't really played this game too far, so I really just tried out enough to understand how it works, and when I started to enjoy it, I was already too tired to go on. So these guys are really bad against physical damage and air damage. So let's see. Got this guy, and he can shield people, and well. Air damage. I don't think I got any air damage, but we can pick up the goblin and this guy and just compose that with physical damage. That should work quite well. They don't like the saw for sure, so let's do this. And the horn, buffing up the next squad. Air was quite decent too, so the little goblin is not bad. How's ice? Well, they don't... Fire is good. Alright, here we go. I mean, right now I'm not following the type of damage these enemies deal, so I'm only checking out how I can hurt my enemies best, but that's always a good thing to do. Alright. Let's hurt them. Okay. So, I hope you guys had a nice day. Some of you are here for the second time today. Oh my god, they're hurting. They're hurting my minions. Stop hurting my minions. Oh boy. That looked like it hurt. So how much damage does that do? 20. He has 23, of course. So, stab him. Well, at least we took down one of them, but they are healing. Alright. Good thing that I powered up that trap last room. So they're quite vulnerable to fire, so let's do the direct damage spell. Alright. They don't heal between rooms, or use skills between rooms, that's quite good. Pretty sure I'll get that done without any losses. So, Wardrum. Oh, that's an active skill, I see. Well, no. That's absolutely not necessary here. Let's just do the damage. A Gnoll. Nature damage. Gains shell if the target is affected by poison. Gains 15 resistances per monster, benefiting from Enraged. Okay. He's a pretty good party with the Goblin, because the Goblin can enrage the squad. And, yeah, okay, we would need another poison source. It's a little bit tricky here. What about the Harpy? Applies tiredness. Oh, damage reduction. Definitely a taker. Cognito, welcome. Happy to see you. Hope you had a nice time, my friend. You seemed quite sad about missing the first stream, but, well, I figured ACS wasn't your, exactly your poison, so. Let's see. We got that Harpy here, but I don't want to have them both in the same squad. Here we go. So these guys have a little bit much physical damage. She has fire damage. We can also put these into storage. You like it, you just don't understand it? Okay. Then we're on the same page. That's just that summarizes my relationship with the game here. So why is there an exclamation mark? Archivist. Bewitched Glove. What's that? Achievements? Damage dealt by monsters to heroes? No. Aegis. Creatures transfer their stacks of Enraged to a random monster of the group when they are defeated. So, do I own these things or no? Impossible. It's just I must have seen that now for some reason. Okay, confusing. I understand a little as I played the prologue. Okay. Well, I played the tutorial as well. When I played the first time, but the Archivist, I don't really know what it's meant to do for me. So training, I think. Send 3 volunteers to plunder, or send an employee to protect the sales part. Okay, I want to train somebody. I really like the extra skills they gain. So let's see. I can only afford one. Damage dealt increased by 100% if the target's air resistance is negative. Wow, that's brutal. Gains dodge. It's just one next attack dodged. Applies air weakness when attacking. Ooh, that's a good combo with the little one there. Then this guy just receives another damage skill. Applies Enrage to the other monsters of the group when the orc is attacked. Good company to the Gnoll, which we didn't pick. Okay. This guy, front attack, deals damage, deals 100%. Okay. 2-slot attack. Let's train that. This guy was the costliest upgrade. This must mean something. Yeah, hi there, Cerulean. Yeah. I was just waiting for that day to happen. And I felt like that's the nicest way of saying thanks to Joe. Thank you so much for gifting me that game, really. You deserve another praise for that. Thanks so much. Okay, let's do a business trip, whatever that is. Yeah, I thought so, that we only sent somebody away for Protein Barrel. You can only place one regular trap, but it gains multi-action at the start of a dungeon. Okay. We're going to send the drummer away. He'll gain motivation and give me money. Oh. No, we're going to send this guy. Oh, I received the rewards immediately. Cool. Well, I'm enjoying the game already a lot, actually. Collectors. Some tax officials have come to collect. Good job, they drink blood. Okay. So, these suit and tie vampires are here to collect taxes. However, blood is more valuable than gold coins to them. They could even grant you monetary compensation in exchange for blood collection, and you would exceptionally be exempted from taxes. So, I could trade 240 of my life points for gold. I'll do that. I hated to let good regeneration go to waste, so... This way I can just upgrade yet another of my traps. That's pretty nice. So, this upgrades the damage over time. Let's do this. Well, I don't want to spend all my money. So, ooh, I would have taken the veterans if they wouldn't be... No. Let's not go too crazy, or shall we? If I had my level 2 minion already, probably. You can go veterans? Are they not that strong? Yeah? Okay. I'll remember that. My minions are just all super crappy at that point, and I have no clue how difficult it is to stand against that. So, their armor defenses are quite good, but nature is not, so let's utilize that. How's air? Air is decent on their side. Alright. So, more poison damage if we can. Well, not really possible. Only the front guy has a lot of armor, so... I'll put them up like this. How's fire for them? Okay. Let's do this like that. They are pretty strong, but usually, unless in a hard situation, HP-wise, you want to pick the option that suits you the best to prepare for the higher level fights, I say. Okay. Well, right now I'm still trying out the things a little bit, but thanks for mentioning that. So, Rallying Horn. Does that thing buff my Dungeon Keeper as well? I wonder. Let's give them a nice buzzing welcome. Alright. I discovered that nature damage... that last guy... Oh, okay, good. The front guy is vulnerable to poison. Very good. Well, it's nice to know, you know? I don't mind at all to receive a little bit of a hint into a certain direction, because I tend to be very careful in general. Gotta say, the visuals of this game are really awesome. I really like how everything is animated. Alright. Ooh, this time they go slow with killing our fellas. Yeah, my guys are on the right. I'm not playing these filthy adventurers. don't know why that bothers you so much. Well, I've heard the country you're coming from, people are also driving on the wrong side of the road, so I guess that figures. Alright, let's go a little bit more on the stabby side. Come on, what's wrong with a little bit of stereotypes? I can't believe you've done this. Okay, well, I'll stop it then. If that bothers you so that much. I had no clue. So, thwack. Love the kind of damage this character deals. Well, luckily Joe provided me, and well, it was one of those games where I was like, pretty good humor for a German. I know, the fact that I'm actually able to laugh into the camera already makes me a very, very funny guy. So let's check this out. Finally, new trap, Icy Breeze. Polar Portal applies Frostbite. Ooh. Additional stack of negative ice resistance. Fire damage. These items are so cool. It's German humor, it's no laughing matter. Well, we do have kind of a reputation towards that, that's true. So, I want the Polar Portal. Alright, so these guys, they need a break. If I remember correctly, putting them out of garrison for a week already makes them chill down a bit. So, let's see, how do the next few days go? Can go for a therapist there. Sure thing. Course, an opportunity to send one of your employees to an intensive training course, I see. Well, let's train. Attacks apply one additional stack of poison. Gains dodge and plus speed. Oh my god. These units have such great skills overall. It's so fun. 5 days that gives them 2 motivation. Well, let's go see a therapist here. But I'll only take the cost-free thing. So, workout. Oh yeah, let's train our own character a bit. So, regen or power? I'll go for a little bit more regen. Okay, so that's this mechanic. It's high time to go through the stockroom. During the cleaning, one of your employees found this strange object. Would you like to take it, auction it, or gift it to the employee? So, no, let's give it to this guy and level him up. So, let's see. Oh, Sphenoid is back. Okay. I'll leave those back in the garrison. I don't mind them. So, well, I don't think I need to rearrange that. Nature, air, and physical, well, nah, that's just fine. I guess. 5 days is basically from after a fight until the end of the next fight. Yeah. Well. So they have to pass one fight if we want to put it into a more direct wording. So if they don't fight for one situation, they can chillax a bit. Okay. So, let's see. Ice is a weakness of 2 of them. Thanks, Cyril. Really helps me out a lot. So, let's put this down like that. Well... Alright. Really like the upgraded versions of monsters a lot. So, Ice is definitely a taker. And then, well... Nobody has any resistances to fire. And, well, put down the orc. Do monsters level at all by getting placed in combats, or do they only level by getting training events? That's one thing I wondered. Alright, let's go. Only by training or events. Well, I kinda thought it would be like that, but I wanted to ask one more time. Ha! Take that. I love dodge. Dodge is one of my favorite attributes so far. So, yeah, Impalement is just a better basic attack. Have a nice one. What's up for dinner today? Haste in front of the harpy. Okay, she's also a backline. Somebody who likes the backline. Okay. Shepherd's pie. I've never had that stuff. It's something I'd really like to try out one day. You don't get that here in Germany. Not at all. So... Well, that's a good outcome for the first room, I'd say. Not surprised? Yeah. Which is a little bit sad because I love all especially local food is something I really like. Let's take down that guy. Why not? It's easy to make. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's indeed a good idea. Alright. So that fight is not a single group has so far reached my Dungeon Keeper, so next time I should definitely try and opt for the veterans. So, upgrade Burning Whip, upgrade Challenge, or give myself a power-up. Let's do the Burning Whip. So, here we go. They gained motivation and the other folks lost motivation. Okay, I see, I see. So... Well, not yet. A doctor or an engineer. Let's try out the doctor. I have no clue what that thing does. So, okay, it heals my keeper. That was a very, very good thing. Sell monsters in Garrison. Well, we don't have any monsters in Garrison. First groups are not really hardcore. Yeah, that's why you said I could go for veterans, I guess. So, the walk-in fridge is full of bodies. The doctor could resurrect a fresh human and transform it into an employee for a little blood. Oh yeah, sure. You do you. Nature and air damage. So... I want to have that here. Yeah. So each squad has 2 sources of nature damage? No. I'm not really able to balance that out, but whatever. I think it's way too early to think about these things. Ice skeleton, null, poisonous plant, nature damage, yeah. Well, Ice Skeleton or the Gnoll. Really want to try out the Gnoll because I feel like it should be quite synergistic with a lot of things I do here. So gains shell if the target is affected by poison, and gains resistances per monster of the group. So I'll put him onto this squad here. Yeah, because I think he goes very good with this combo here. Maybe I shouldn't separate the drummer though. Enraged is good. Enraged is definitely good. Alright, let's go for a veterans fight this time, because honestly, we don't need to be that careful. I seem to know. Little advice, if I may, when placing units in combat, you should also look at your own... Yeah, of course. That's, I mentioned that a few minutes ago, that I was only looking at the enemy resistances and not at my own folks' resistances. But thanks for mentioning that. Alright, with these guys, I'm going to check that out a little bit more thoroughly. So we got 2 people with low armor resistance and 2 people with low nature resistance. So only the frontliner has high nature resistance. They deal nature damage to back, air damage to front, and fire damage to front. Okay. So, well, let's start out with that one. So, fire damage to front makes this guy not really a good pick. Do I have anybody? Well, my Gobbo is the best one for that. But he's quite hard influenced by air, so that doesn't really... Oh, well, he's better than the Orc, though. Let's use Sphenoid. Alright. And follow up with more poison damage. Let's do this like that. And since we're out, while we're at it, even more poison damage. Okay. Now, let's see. I really want to try out that combo here. But oh no, that's not really a good thing to go. Oh well, so let's see. Physical is quite decent. Nature is quite decent. Air seems to be okay too. Let's see how this works. Let's not overthink it too much, because practice makes perfect. Alright. I'll try and focus my damage a little bit more this time. There we go. Oh yeah. And there's the dodge. Too bad I can't reach the back row right now, but... Oh, look at that bad boy. 7 HP. Yeah, I hope the heroes will get stronger over time, but... I mean, right now the game is showing me the ropes, basically. That's all they do. And so far I'm enjoying myself a ton. Stat elemental weakness. Well, good old Sphenoid did put up quite a big show. Alright. And more ale. Damage over time. So considering that this was a veteran group, we already did a quite a good job here. Wait a sec, is this really happening? Yeah, veterans. Sure. Transmutation circle. Monsters placed at the front deal 2% additional damage per missing life percent. Grants 50% to apply frostbite with monsters attack which deal morale. Troll beer. Monsters placed at the front lose 50 speed but their maximum life. Oh yeah, that's one thing I want to have. So yeah, Mr. Sphenoid, you are certainly fit for a time off. So the troll beer, though, does that now work permanently, or let's see. No, it's also nothing. I wonder where that thing now does its magic. So, do we send them back or not? It's in your artifact bar at the bottom. Ah, thank you. So, that's how this works. So, let's check it out. What do we have up ahead of us? Siege. Rent out some traps. Okay. Let's try an event. I want to gain some money. I am not too interested in both ideas. I don't want to sell out motivation right now. Alchemist. Transmute blood or tears into another resource. Hooray! Motivation! So... well... let's do this like that. I don't need these that much. And this way I'm just going to pay the therapist for a little bit of extra morale, and then we can deal with this like that. Alright, let's go. I should level up my monsters next time. So, let's check them out. Quite low fire resistance. Air is, okay, we go for the saw. Okay. So front is ice damage, and the other attacks go into the back line. So, do I have somebody who's particularly... yeah, okay. So, who's gonna be our damage dealers here? I mean, armor seems to be a decent choice, so let's place down Sphenoid. And, well... how's nature? Yeah, let's pick this one. Or, well, no, this time I want the Rallying Horn, just in case that this veteran squad is a little bit more dangerous than the guys before. So, back receives air and physical damage in this scenario. So, let's give it that slot, and okay, let's do this. Alright. So, let's focus the attack. I say this after you start the fight as to the backseat, but Sphenoid would have been better at the back, because it would have tanked the attack better than the archer. Well, true, but I would have wasted the passive there of him, because I don't like to put him into the back slot because of the passive. But yeah. Overall, you're of course right. And I would have had one more action from the Skeleton Archer, I guess, but that's okay. Skeleton Archer didn't die for a couple of fights, so he's I guess he's going to be okay. If he gets to lose a little bit of morale as well. Ouchie. Okay. They all deserve to suffer. So far, I do like about this game a lot that your decisions really matter a lot. Like, it is way more strategic than most of the games from this genre I've played lately. Because you've got so many things you can configure around, like your own composition, your own placement, the enemy composition. That's there's a lot more things going on than with a lot of these games. So, let's see. He's not gaining shell, but his resistances should be pretty bonkers now. Yeah, he has no negative resistances anymore anywhere. That's pretty cool. Too bad that both of the enemies, or one of the enemies, is totally resistant against air, and okay. We are reducing the resistances. Yeah, I feel like all these units look pretty nice once they're upgraded. Oh no! Is this the first time that they reached the boss? I highly doubt it. Yep. Also not this time. Cursed Prism. Applies elemental weakness. Ballista. Broken armor. Mortar. Burn. I like the ballista. These resistance reducers are really cool. In my own opinion. So, Sphenoid will take a break. The other folks can keep fighting. And now I want to train my monsters a bit. So, air and morale adds 2 stacks to all penalties applied to the target. Okay. Applies enhanced trap to the next trap when the skeleton scientist is defeated. Oh. Fun. He's a really good pick for the first room. I see. So, I feel like the goblin and the harpy would make a good team as well. Gains enraged when a monster of the group is defeated. Okay. So, you should try them together, yeah. Let's do this. Let's level them up and try and play them together, because I really feel like that's one of the most powerful combos I got in store right now. And also, I should put this guy definitely somewhere where poison is thing. Let's make it like, let's do it like that. Yeah. Sanctuary. Let's try this out. I want to know what these things do. So, the efficient is waiting. Okay, so that's what the, oh, that's nasty. I want the resistance reduce. Okay. Yeah, sure. More morale. That's pretty good, so only Sphenoid needs a time off. Plunder. No. Let's take some event. Tarball. Heroes affected by burn lose speed. No, that doesn't sound too tasty. Champion. Alright. Reward rare. Let's do this. This is a stupid idea. Well, that's what I did. So, Moriador, Pyromancer, backfire damage. Applies burn to deal monsters who deal damage to the fire. Pyromancer. Attack regenerates 10% of the Pyromancer's maximum life as if the is affected by burn. Okay. Too bad that I don't have my ice trap right now in store, but... Okay, that guy doesn't... Let's see. We got physical damage for the front. Air and fire damage for the back. So, let's see. Do we have anybody who's particularly good at tanking that? Air and fire damage. And even a dodge for the first attack. So, I guess we have a winner. Even though Ulna's damage is pretty lackluster, the resistances are just what we need. Funny. Unexpected, but yeah. So, let's take the Goblin to murder the frontliner. And now suffer? Yeah, I'll do my best. I mean, the thing is, none of these enemies so far were any real challenge, so, you know. It's silly that I go for that, but let's do this. So, let's try that. And I want the Ballista. Break their resistances a little bit more. So, there's definitely going to be fire damage onto the back line. So I choose my own fire monster here. And, let's see. This one is hard. DM is really powerful. To be honest, they normally won't survive the dungeon master this early. I see. Yeah, well, I figured that this should be even... Let's do this. This is not a good idea. I don't care. I really want to try out the combo. So, yeah, let's nail down a poison arrow first. I really want to try and focus my damage as hard as I can on this guy. There we go. That's my Skelly. Alright. These naked barbarians are ridiculous. Some monsters need a vacation after this. Possibly, yeah. I don't think that this was a wise choice after all. There we go. My poor monsters. Good thing that we at least can do another attack. So, let's see. Let's go for a Show No Mercy. I want to buff up the damage as high as possible on their side. There we go. Some Armor Breaker. For whatever reason I did that. That was not too smart. That was not too smart. Ow. So. There we go. Yeah, Fireball into the Pyromancer. I wonder why that even deals damage, but... Alright. Well, we do deal a lot of damage to them before they get to act on us. That's pretty good. Yeah. That's good enough to leave the rest for the boss. I feel like we did a good job here. So, poor guys. Definitely poor guys. Alright, but we got a nice reward for that. Skeleton Lord or Orc Sorcerer. So, I got my own champion unit for that. That's cool. So, air or ice damage. Front, attacks to the other heroes. Attacks ricochet to the other heroes. Back transforms into a random skeleton when the Skeleton Lord is defeated. Cool. That's per se a pretty cool unit. Dusharg. Area damage. Applies burn. Monsters defeated come back to life as a skeleton warrior. Okay. What's that? Horn of Plenty. Monsters have a 20% chance to deal a critical strike when attacking. What? It's pretty powerful too, gotta say. But I want to have the Skeleton Lord. I don't know. Alright. So let's see. That's really an awesome reward. So these guys can take the break. And let's see the merchant. Your favorite? Okay. Are the rewards always the same, or would have been there a chance to get other units at this point? I wonder. Bone Catapult. These are all... Okay. I'm disappointed. Randomized. Cool. Workout. No. I want to see yet another merchant. Yetigo. Electrical Coil. I want that. Goes well with my Harpies. Now then, let's train some. So this guy upgrades his regular attack. So I want this one. And, well, power, I see. I want the skeleton guy too. I really like this skill. The Lich and the Shaman are pretty common in the rare pool, I see. So, well. Let's do this like that. Alright. Let's go for more veterans. I feel like I do a good job with going for the veterans more than... as much as I can, basically. because it only gives me better rewards. Berserker, ice damage. These guys are... there's only one of them which is quite good against physical, so let's do it this time like that. So, I want to set this up. Pretty weak against air damage too, so let's change that. Oh, I forgot to put the coil in there. Dang. Silly me. Well, let's do the rallying horn, whatever. So, let's check out their attacks. So we have physical in front with armor reduction. Nature for front with poison. Applies poison to the monster with highest life at the start of each fight. Okay. And randomly moves all monsters to another position at the start of the first fight. So, okay. Placing down units is pretty, ignores the first attack suffered. Ooh. Okay, so the placements in general are not going to last. Therefore, I want to put down the skeleton scientist here. Nature is not the worst kind of damage. Oh well. Just not go for a physical damage dealer up front. Oh well. Can't really say if there's going to be... yeah, let's take Sphenoid at least. It's better. Can at least deal damage to 2 slots. And for this one, let's take... how are they against ice? The last one is pretty good against ice. Dang. No, I don't want to. Got no source of enrage, sadly. No other source for poison. Actually, the null is not that good, but well. We'll just do fine, I guess. Alright. So, gonna be right back and fetch some tea. Okay, the shuffle already hit us. Alright, toxins or pheromones? Well... I don't want to hit the backline guy. Ow. Yeah, at least one more action. Ha! That was a bad first turn. That was really a bad first turn. That's the first time for a disaster. Damage taken from traps is increased. Speed reduced. Let's take the Frostbite one. That's nice. I really like that one. Let's pick up the Show No Mercy one. So let's see. That guy will deal a ton of poison damage to the front, but that won't really matter too much. I want to focus one guy there. Nice damage. I really like the difficulty increase at this point. Too bad. Wow. The trap enhancer of the guy was really good. That's a new one. Bohork, the Boar Man. Physical for front and chance to apply stunned. Get over here, friend. You will replace a certain orc. That's really good. I wasn't happy with the double orc anyways, so. Wait a sec. Let's see. I want to have the drummer combo. Well, the backline. Okay, that worked out quite well. Okay. So, who's gonna be trained now? What's Bohork's? Damage dealt increased by 100% if the target's armor is negative. Oh yeah, please. That sounds awesome. Plunder. A business trip. So, Maman Brigitte's Bone. Monsters placed in a group containing only skeletons gain resistances and armor. Nice. But I'll send the guy I don't want to have. Alchemist, not interested right now. I don't want another of those. I'd rather take the tiers. Thank you. Ooh, another champion. Let's take the event then. Polar Portal. No. One of your traps didn't pass the last. Well, I'll give it away. That's not worth my money. All right. So we already had one champion fight. Let's take another one. So, a hoplite, whatever. Fizdam applies broken armor. Life above 35%, damage dealt increased, deals 100% of final damage to the monster positioned just behind the target. Okay. He's basically like my guy. First boss. Life under 35%, damage taken from attacks is reduced. So as long as he's powerful, he's taking less damage. He's dealing more damage, and later he's taking less damage. A ninja. Nature damage for everybody. Applies poison to the most thing and immune to master spells. Scholar. Fire to front. Ice damage to the monster with the lowest ice resistance. Okay. All resistances. So, physical and nature are the most important things. So, my good old friend the orc and sphenoid are definitely a way to go, but this time I'll do it like that because I feel like that's the better combo. And, well, these guys both deal physical damage. Maybe not the orc. This guy is okay because he can't just pierce through here. What are his weaknesses? Ice and nature. So let's pick up our friend Ulna. Ulna is also strong against nature, that's pretty good. Also okay against fire. Sphenoid is bad against fire though. So, but so is the orc. Meh. This is a little bit more tricky, but I definitely want to place down my... Let's do this like that. This is the best choice I came up with for now. Might be not ideal, but little do I care. So, Ballista sounds like a decent choice, but only... Let's take the saw. It's that hard upgraded. I don't want to miss out on that. So, these folks are all bad against air damage, so... So let's do this combo once more, I'd say. Well, the drummer is pretty weak at that point, but oh, whatever. Put down the ballista. They might die, these two air damage dealers, and they might die quite quickly. But if they get to act at least once, or even twice, we already win so much in that constellation. So... Poison arrow for the back? No, I want to spread the love. Because I want to use the ricochet here, so... Or... Didn't really work as I wanted it to. Okay. But good news, our first round didn't... Let's put the... Okay. No! Not my skeleton lord! That was a bad first turn, but... It's the first boss fight after all. We're allowed to suffer at that point, I'd say. So, Burning Whip. No, let's go for the Show No Mercy. Alright. Applies air weakness when attacking. Yeah, let's tiredness, damage reduction, and so much damage. I don't think we will be allowed to do that a second time, but probably we will. I don't know. So, Stunner. Yeah, I'll try that. Yeah, perfect. That's worth so much, actually. So, we go for the single target damage there. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Double usage of that combo. That's good. Stunner? So, still gonna be a pretty rough trip for our Dungeon Master, but... Yeah, let's do this. This should take down the little ones. Yeah. That's what I was hoping for. I think it's totally okay that a champion fight brings me to this point. That my DM has to fight himself. Totally legit. A little discipline never hurt anyone. A lot of discipline helps everyone. Our priests have started opening demonic portals to soften the humans up a bit. I'm counting on you to give them the welcome they deserve. Okay. So, experience gain. Okay, I didn't expect to receive 2 levels for that. Positively surprised. So, default demonic creatures. Oh, we get new minions here. Oh, cool. And as a reward, we received a new unlocked unit here. Customization. Ooh, okay, okay, I see. Cool stuff. Modding enabled, alright. Sure thing. Give me a moment. Alright, so let's see. When a hero is defeated by a monster, chance that they go enraged grants each monster in garrison motivation back, training price reduction, intimidation, additional damage, chance to apply demoralized with traps, grants to the master chance to gain enraged each time against damage, whiplash regenerates the master's life if bleeding. Okay. So, well, definitely want to have that. I started this thing, so let's finish that. Well, let's go for that. None of these skills are actually bad, so it's not that easy to make any choices here. So let's see, Succubus, Satyr, whatever. Vampire, we unlocked the vampires. The Satyr, a standard unit, okay. Get a Goblin, Flame Eater. Alright, now let's get started, shall we? Okay, well, let's hope I won't be punished too hard for that decision. Let's take the veterans right away. So, heir to front replaces one of her penalties with a bonus at the start of a turn once. Okay. Heir to back. Give 1/0 maximum morale back after a fight. Can't be affected by bleeding. Yeah, the gold is... they give so much more gold than the regular ones. Deals ice to the monster. So fire to front, 2. So we got fire and air damage to the front. Is there somebody capable of dealing with that? Not really, hey. So fire and air, well... Let's see, well, let's try that. So you folks are most vulnerable to poison, so let's get started with that. I mean, I think it's perfectly fine to sacrifice a few of my Dungeon Keeper HP to win this fight at the beginning, because I can't start regenerating from the scratch, so little do I care. So let's see, nature damage and morale spreads 2 stacks from all penalties applied to the target to another random hero. Okay, spreads 2 stacks from all penalties.
This is very personal.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much, and welcome, Lena Lila. Happy to have you around. So, and that spreads the penalties to the target behind. Alright. Fire damage and nature damage. Attacks ricochet to the hero positioned behind the target if the target's armor is positive. Okay. Thank you, Joe. So kind. Better early for a small sacrifice. Yeah, the more money we got, the better. So this guy has a really, really low... Oh man. It's very hard to decide which one does more damage. This one does more damage, basically. Yeah, that good old move again. Okay. Adds 2 stacks to the penalty with a... Okay, that's a very interesting mechanic here behind a lot of these units. Also, to everybody new here to the channel, I'm streaming quite every day during the week, in the evening hours and sometimes in the afternoon hours. I'm living in Central Europe, so the time zone figures. Just give me a follow if you want to stay informed. Oh man, that was a really bad first room. But I'm new to my monsters and yeah. Alright. Burning Whip though looks tasty. Veteran Day 1 is harsh, yeah. But after I've seen how much power there is in my Dungeon Keeper, I felt like it would be a waste not to use this regeneration like that. So, let's say Mischief, bang, and we spread that onto somebody else. That's a cool thing. Alright. Wait a sec. Ah, okay. If the armor is positive. Why did she hit 3 targets there? That's what I didn't really understand. Because this was no positive armor. Oh, it ricochets to the target behind if the armor is positive. So it hit this guy, then it checked again, and because this guy's armor was positive, it hit that guy again. Wow. It's brutal. Gotta say. Okay, so we... This is a pretty good Punisher for positive armor values. I really like how the units are made up in this game. That's a lot of complexity. And I really, really like that. The only thing I wish for would be that we could be speeding up the animations of the monsters. Well, with complexity comes the chance of balancing, you know? Without complexity, it's pretty hard to balance the game. And a lot of games that went down a similar venue lately, I feel like they... It's hard to put. These games are most of the time either too easy or way too complicated, but I really feel like they are doing a pretty good balance here. So, new units. Futakushi Onna. Morale and Air. Applies Vulnerable, applies Tiredness. Naga. Air damage is above 50%. Damage. Morale damage dealt increased by 100%. Okay. Ghost. So there's a lot of moral damage here on the demons. So let's pick up the ghost. And I'd say the suicide unit? What? Did I miss a point? So I really want to go for morale damage here a little bit more. So this is the morale squad. Let's farm some tears. You'll see when you upgrade the ghost, I see. Well, we're going to train our fellas here a tad bit. Air damage and applies Demoralize to all heroes when the ghost is defeated. Cool. that's a nice one. So, fire damage consumes the stacks of burn applied to all heroes. Consumes, and then what? Attacks ricochet to the hero. No. She receives an upgrade to a fire attack. All demons of the group gain enhanced resistance at the start of fight. Oh yeah, I want that. And I want that. And I'd say I'll keep a few coins here for later use. And that combo will go into the first room now. And then we got a lot of fire damage for the second room. Okay. Let's do it like that. Oops. No, that's wrong now. Is it? Yeah. I'm confused. So I want these guys together. And let's put these together. They make a nice team too. A nice scream team. So, I'm going to lend away the Polar Portal. Because we can train a bit more. To speed the game up, you can click on the fast forward button in the top right corner. Oh, thank you, Anti-Unti. Thank you, thank you. I looked in the, actually in the configurations and didn't find something there. Well, it makes sense. So, let's level up our work, or... I don't understand the value of this skill, actually. What does the consumption of these actually bring? Let's train the orc. And while we're at it, train the goblin too. Alright, Cognito, thanks for hanging around. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Have a good night and see you soon. I mean, tomorrow is Friday, so we're done with the week then. I hope. Seminar. An outing amongst colleagues is always a joy. We are only not human. I love the texting of this game. So, self-serve buffet. Morale. Okay. Yeah, why not? I mean, we would be benefiting from that. Consumption means that the burn stacks disappear, but all the damage is inflicted. Ah, now that's, now it makes more sense. I only understood it like, and then the stacks are gone. And that was not that, fascinating. So, I think I'm going to stick with the adventurers, mainly because I want the monster reward right now more badly than the other one. Or let's see. We receive another trainer event here. And merchant here. Nah, let's go for the artifact. So far, I gotta say I enjoy this game a lot. The only thing I don't like is that it makes my brain hurt a little bit, but that's because I have to think that hard. But that's actually a good thing. Just joking around here. So, well... Oh, I did that wrongly. I wanted to place these differently. Okay, what kind of damage do we got? Front ice damage, front physical damage, and back fire damage. So, okay. Physical and ice will be tanked quite well here. Once you get used to it, I promise your brain won't hurt anymore. Yeah, that's true. That's that's smart to say. That's always like getting used to things is always one of the most difficult parts. So what did I say again? They do fire damage for the back. We can avoid that, and they do ice and physical for the front. Well, can't defend myself against the ice, but let's put down the... Oh, no. We put down the goblin. Level 2 creeps, if possible. Alright. And I really like the art style of this game. I don't know why, but I really like how this game looks. Air damage applies demoralized. How good is this guy against air damage? Pretty good. So I see one of the biggest strengths for morale damage seems that it ignores most of the resistances. But it seems like there are monsters that are quite heroes, of course, which are quite good at mitigating stress damage. But there is no resistance against morale damage unless there is an ability. Yeah, right. That's what I figured. I think I like this game that much because I really loved, back in the day, playing Dungeon Keeper a lot. Lower morale means more damage, and with no morale they run away. So their damage is increased the lower their morale gets? Do you mean... Is that what you say? Did I understand that correctly? Nope, okay. So, rip. We did a good start, though. Your damage are increased against heroes. Ah, okay. So, basically, if I would demoralize them first, I could kill them with physical attacks better. Ah, I see. That's a very interesting interaction here. So that means it would be absolutely plausible to put up a morale damaging squad into the first room and then put up a high damage squad into the next room to utilize the lowered resistances there. That's interesting. That's what I say with what I mean with with complexity here. And if the morale squad is good enough, you might make them run away. Yeah, cool. That's pretty cool, gotta say. See ya, nerds! Okay, Pocket Mirror. Damage of the first attack suffered by monsters placed at the back is returned to the assailant. Nasty. I don't want that one. Liquid nitrogen capsule. Ice damage from monsters' attacks are dealt to the target's fire resistance. It's lower. No, I want the Pocket Mirror. I like that one. Also winning by morale depletion earns you tears. Exactly. Yeah, that one I knew. That one I actually already knew. Inadequate resources, so too bad. But thanks for showing me around, Cyril. I'm really appreciating that. It's always nice to have somebody to ask if you're insecure about certain things, you know. So, the Naga. Air damage and morale ricochets to the hero behind if the more... Okay. That's a pretty nice one, too. So we're going to put these guys into the... I want to try this. I mean, don't hesitate about questions. I know that feeling. I really like to... I really love to explain things too. So let's take a few tears. Oh man, I'm so broke. Crush, slice, or quarter. So we're going to crush him. these decisions. So definitely go for the champion fight. Oopsie. Early rare, yeah, I mean, the rare cards are what makes the stuff really entertaining. So we got a Druidus. Removes 3 stacks from each penalty applied to the Druidus at the start of each turn. Damage dealt reduced by 20% for each penalty applied. So we should definitely try to avoid debuffs here. So good thing that I only have traps which apply debuffs. Let's go for the Polar Portal though. You'll be pushed around though with this one. Yeah, of course I will. Nature, fire, and a little bit of ice. So nature goes into front slot, area slot, and fire goes into front slot. Well, best thing I can do. So let's see. Their nature resistance is really bad though. But it's not like the Satyr's resistance would be really good, and well, let's try that. She's awful to... Yeah, that's a pretty nasty enemy. I was already able to tell. I'm pretty sure they will be breaking through to my own boss here. So the good news is most of them are quite vulnerable to fire. So... let's put up the Goblin up front. He's at least somewhat resilient against nature. And against fire, too. Okay. Let's see how much magic the mirror can do. If you don't break through... Yeah, me too, me too. Alright. Scare. Or Spectral Wave. No, we're going to scare. Frigid Glance. No, I want that. Oh boy, that's a lot of morale damage. I mean, not really, but... okay. At least we didn't get annihilated in the first turn. Actually, I was able to deal quite a lot of damage here. So let's go for the Frigid Glance, which is at least a lot of morale damage to the back slot. I think now we're going to break down. I really do like that the game has this mechanic that you're actually expecting to lose units. You're planning around the loss of your units as a strategic element. I really like that. So, no, I want the Burning Whip here in front because I want to get rid of the Thug. Management of motivation is a nice touch. Yeah, and I really gotta say, this is one of the most appealing fear systems I've played since I tried stuff like Eratus and these games. Because I really like the fact that morale is not only an alternative way of killing your enemies, it's also a way of preparing harder damage and these things. I really dig that. So... under no circumstances I want to apply any conditions to her. I'm always very happy to see new game creators really managing to create something innovative, which adds up something to the mix. And I feel like this game definitely does add up something. Well, we didn't hold them off, but I gotta say, I feel like I did a lot of damage to them. So... yeah, well... I want to get rid of the backliner here. More than decent, yeah. I really expected a way worse outcome here to begin with. Smiggity smack. So, what's up in store for us? Infernal Guardian. Fire damage to the center. That's a really rare targeting. Most of the time they don't, they either go for front or back. The attack ricochets once to another random here if the target's fire resistance is negative. Orc Sorcerer. Monsters defeated come back to life as a skeleton warrior. So we're definitely gonna go for the Infernal Guardian here. Trollbeer. Okay, we already know that one. Alrighty, now. So, I don't want to see yet another merchant. Balaam goes... ah, look at that. We got a pretty decent fire squad now for the room 2. Really like that. So, Alchemist, Merchant, Sanctuary. Well, I feel like all these rare units are quite cool to have. I'm gonna go for an event here. Are you kidding me? Is that worth it? Taking that guy double? I don't think so. Yes? You say yes? Well, I'll trust your verdict then. That's quite crazy. We should put them together, no? Or what do you think? I mean, since the first room's job is demoralizing the enemies, I don't want to. Let's see if... oh, a business trip. Very good. That's exactly what I could use. What's that? Nightmare Catcher. Demoralized deals 200% physical and damage instead of morale. Okay. Well, I'll send one of them away for a business trip. It's a personal opinion, but in a lot of cases they can basically destroy... yeah, well, I think these rare units have higher base stats to boot with. Like 175 HP compared to 90 HP on level 1. More morale... yeah. That's exactly why I was with your opinion there. That quickly. So, 2 of your employees have been caught red-handed brawling like 2 elves for a hairbrush. Yeah, well, let's buy them a second hairbrush. They deserve. So, what's up in store for me? Artifacts, master bonus, or gold? The gold rewards are really low for the Frozen Cave, for the veteran fight day there. Artifacts, though, are really powerful as far as I've seen so far, so I won't be skimping out on that. Also, this is going to be the last fight for today, and then I'm going to log off because I grow a little bit tired here, and it's been already a blast. And you know what they say: you should stop when it's when the fun is when you have the most fun. That's a German saying. Don't know if that's a saying you see in other languages too, but here in Germany you say basically, if you have a lot of fun, it's better to stop then. Don't know if that's a thing in other languages too. So, I want this guy and I want that guy. So, since we get that shuffle anyways, there's no reason to go too crazy here. Oh man, they got so much fire resistance though. It's kind of sad. How about their nature resistance? That's pretty low. So we're going to go for this combo. Yeah, that's a good one. Especially since his attack will hit a hero with negative. Not in France, at least. Yeah, well. I really like the fact that every country has its own... They don't... Oh, dang. Thanks for mentioning that. So I could have done that better. Cool stuff. So yeah, if that's the version 0.9, I can't wait for them to finish this game, honestly. Speed decrease. Well, let's go for that one. Really gotta say, can't wait for them to finish that game. This was only reflecting the backline damage, okay. Negative air resistance. Well, let's do this. It's hard to resist that. Alright, frigid glance, and here we go. That's a slow? Yeah. My poor Naga. You will suffer for that. I'd be very surprised if we get another action on our... Oh, I am very surprised? No, no, this guy will make short work of my work, no? No, he won't. There's yet another last scream in him. Good stuff. Really, really good stuff. And, that's the button I was looking for. So, morale taken from attacks. Let's do the intimidation. Alright. My poor goblin. And this one. Goodbye. Oh man, this is a lot of fun. Once I got the hang of it, at least.
You're welcome.
So, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Johnny Poser. Happy to see you around here. And it looks like we actually did it, but without sacrificing the Demon Lord. Awesome. Transmutation Circle. Monsters placed at the front deal 2% additional damage per missing life percent. Heroes affected by burn lose speed. Creatures transfer their stacks of enrage to a random monster. I like the Transmutation Circle. Makes for a good tank. Okay, friends, so thank you so much for your time, attention, and the fun we shared. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And you can check out my YouTube channel. Every stream I do will ultimately land there. I'd be very happy if you would give it a try. And like I said, I'm streaming practically every day across the week. Sometimes in the afternoon hours, but always in the evening hours. And I'm living in the Central European time zone. Greenwich Mean Time +1. Alright. Have a good night, have a good day, whatever applies. I enjoyed it a lot. See you soon, friends. Bye-bye!